So my name is Nurul Batrisyia, currently a 4-year uni nursing student. So I've just finished my mental health and psychiatric practicum for 4 weeks. So I've been in Sentosa for 2 weeks and I've been in SGH for 2 weeks. So throughout my blog, I'm going to tell you my experience for 4 weeks, the psychosocial impact of COVID-19 towards nursing students, and how do I cope with this issue. So, as for my experience, my first rotation was my first week of mental health was in Sentosa. So during that time, I was quite shocked with it because number one, locked doors. The fact that I'm in a locked doors with a mental patient is so shocking. And another one is routine work. You know, usually in medical ward, right, we have like distinct routine work. Like in the morning, we do back buffing, and then TPR, and then got some hypo count, and then if you're on the ECG, so ECG. So it's quite easy because you know what to do. But compared to like in a psychiatric ward, it's I can say tough lah, because the only routine work that we did is TPR, and TPR is only once in the morning if I'm not mistaken. And then like after TPR, we don't have any like routine work anymore, but we have to think what kind of activity that we need to conduct, like what kind of therapy. Activities means like therapy lah, that we need to conduct in the psychiatric ward. And we also do some like history taking, mental examination, mental state examination, MSE. So that's all lah. There's no like distinct routine work. So like my first week was in Sentosa, and then week 2 and week 3 I went to SGH. So I thought the situation in week 1 was bad enough until I undergo my week 3, which is PSR, psychosocial rehabilitation. It's just that I'm okay with like adult patient, but child patient is very, very tough. Like you need to be like really, really patient to fulfill their needs. What do they want? Because they didn't tell you what they want, but what if they didn't get, they will throw a tantrum. So like we need to learn how to handle these kids so that doesn't get tantrum lah. That's all lah. So it's very challenging for me during that time. And then week 4 again, I went to Sentosa, and it's quite easy because I already like experienced it in week 1, but it's still awkward. I still find a bit tough how to like build a rapport with my patient, because you know, like talking to them, we have to be like very bird of pace. Understand what I mean? Yeah, like that lah. But however, like throughout the practicum, I felt very thankful to my CIs, to the doctors, staff nurse, even medical assistants, psychologists, because they like really keen to teach us like what kind of medication is available there. I mean, like we have our theory like back one year back, so it's a lie if I say that I remember everything I did. So like they like really brush up on these things, like simple things like what kind of disease is this, so how do you distinguish this disease to this disease, what kind of medication, what are the side effects, EPS. So about that lah, it's very fun and interesting to know. So now let's moving on to the academic part of my blog. So the next one is psychological impact of COVID-19 in nursing students. So as you guys know that we've been in this situation for almost 3 years now, and everyone around the globe are affected by it, including myself. So nursing students also are affected with this situation because they are usually harassed and even blamed as a potential COVID-19 spreaders, carriers, even though they were actually an important anggota in the healthcare. So I still remember during the early phase of COVID-19 where one nursing student was diagnosed with COVID-19 in Semenanjung in a private sector. So the media, the press, or even the social media blame her for not wearing a proper PPE. And then, it's like menuduh yang they are the one who may bring this disease to community because it's quite new. It's on March 2020, I think so, if I'm not mistaken. So she was also the first healthcare workers who got the disease. So she was blamed, bashed in the social media. So this kind of incidents will affect us and will increase mental health problems like PTSDs, post-traumatic distress syndrome, post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, anxiety, and stress. So, according to a research done in China by Gao Wang Guo and Hu 2021, with a total of 1,582 responses. So around 44.5% of college students reported depression, and 45 reported of having anxiety. 17 said stress, but there are also 22.8% that reported having insomnia. So we can see that COVID-19 does give an distinct impact towards students, especially. That's all on my academic part. So let's put back the academic part and move on to the next section. So what are my coping strategies to cope psychological challenge during COVID-19? So, before that, let me make a huge confession. So, I was actually tested positive when in the mid of October, and at that time I feel very down. My self has just dropped like that. So how do I cope with it? First is friends. Having someone to talk to and vent out my worries is how I cope my condition at that time lah. I know I blame myself for affecting them, but at the same time they are the one who called me, say it's okay, it's already happened, so just fight it, blah blah blah. So it really helps me a lot. Friends, sometimes during my assignments also, it also helps because when I'm stuck with my assignments, I always tell them, oh pernah lah ni aku stuck lah dengan benda-benda ni. So they will make some joke about it, and then we laugh it out loud, and then solve the problem, and we try to solve the problem. That's it lah, how I cope. Next is family. So back when I feel down, I always talk to myself I come here because of them, because of my parents. So it really helps. Talking to them every week at least very helps, so that it can remind me that okay, I come because of them. I need to get this degree so that I can give them. They are the one who picked my institution fee. Okay, so next, last but not least, of course, small entertainment doesn't hurt. So I usually, when I got stressed or something, I usually stop everything and take a glimpse, which takes around 1 to 2 hours of cuci mata of my Thai and Korean oppa, so that I don't feel very stressed. I don't know if it's worked for you guys, but for me it worked, because after that 1 or 2 hours of scrolling them or watching them, I can continue my work with a smile on my face. Forgot. Now I've been working on an art therapy where I try to draw whenever I feel stressed. So I've been working on it now. That's all. I think that's how I cope like throughout the pandemic. Oh no, it's endemic now. So that's it lah. Thank you.